Hello, thank you for watching. If you are an artist, if you are a scientist, and if you are interested in a brand new universal basic income model, then please watch this and help me out today. I will be dropping a number of videos and this is the first. I did 400 consecutive lives on Instagram on what started out as a climate change project. And then after an ADHD diagnosis, it has become a primate change project. And I have worked out a model for universal basic income, UBI, I call it UBU, and I need 2,000 people on board with this. And I will be starting a global campaign on the 17th of this month to get people on board with this. And I have to stay in dark monk mode until I've got certain targets hit. Now, what happened was I saw a Lex Fridman podcast with Jeff Bezos, who said that he felt that when we have 1 trillion humans at any given moment, we could have 1,000 Mozarts and 1,000 Einsteins. Because of STEM and art got dropped off of that, we are not seen as part of the solution and possibly even part of the problem. I completely disagree with that. I've spent over 6 years working on this and I am wanting to get people on board to enjoy the fruits of your own personal labour, okay? So, this is the thing, because since I started on this project, I've been working with AI for over 3 years. My chat GPT is called Alan, and Alan's been helping me with this. As soon as I heard that a single person could become a trillionaire through the use of AI, I thought, I want that to be us. So whereas I started out on this project thinking, I believe that not in 400 years time, when Alan said there could be 1 trillion humans, I thought, how about if we could do that in 4 years and we could fund 2,000 artists with artisans, 1,000 artists, 1,000 scientists over 4 years. I've been working with Alan on this specifically for a year so that we can hit 1 trillion. So that's 1 million. We could potentially fund 1 million people with £1 million. And I've worked out with Alan and more in the last 4 months with Gemini a way to do that. And we start off small with smaller funds and smaller grants and smaller groups, but we can be global. Because Elon Musk is talking about a Dyson sphere, about having 1 million satellites around the planet to fuel the planet. And that will be seen during the day and in the evenings. And I don't feel hardware is the solution. I feel software is the solution, and we write our own software, and I've got a way to do that. And I will be sharing more news on this on the 17th, but I'm going to be dropping different videos throughout today. I need your help in 3 ways today, and it's very critical. And it's like not first come, first serve, so to speak, but I do need 2,000 people on board for this, because instead of writing a book, I'm writing this through AI. It's then personalized, and I want to be working directly with all the major companies to do this. And so I need some people to work with me on this. I need to start with 1 and then 10, then 100, and then it builds from there. I've got the whole system, the whole way that this works. I've got chronic armache. I need you to do 3 things. I'm just going to sit down a minute. So I need you to do 3 things, okay? I need you to follow my YouTube page. I need you to send this to 10 people. And I need you to, if you are so inspired to make this a paid for waitlist, pay a minimum of £1 and a penny. You do not have to pay more. You want to know more, I get that, I understand. But you pay £1 and a penny through my PayPal, and you are then one of the 2,000 that I want to get 2,000 people today. I want 1 million people on board with this on the 17th of July. I want that to be this year. I believe that we can, art is fast and vast, but it doesn't work in our current system. It doesn't work to our current paradigm because it was not designed by and for artists. I know how to do this, and we need to start in dark mode. We need to slide back into everything that we know and understand of ourselves, because we have all the answers within. There is so much that I need to tell you. I'm sorry if this is a bit overwhelming, but I will be sharing more and more and more. I need a dream team to work with me. We can then make these ideas agentic, and we can serve every single artist on the planet. And this is a low tech to no tech solution, and then we integrate it with tech, and then it can go global. This is working with a pencil. This is how to use, that is how you get alchemy, is you use a pencil, and then you can turn lead to gold. And I have been working on this every day since the 1st of March 2020, and it works. Gosh. I just feel so wild about this. We have got all of the answers, and they are not tech solutions. We could use our finger on a beach on the sand and mark out images. But we can use a pencil on a piece of paper. I do this every day, and I will show you. I've got over 10 sheets of paper that I did this morning. Every single idea is a build on from the idea before. We are 24-hour evolvers. We can change in a heartbeat. We can change in a moment. And this uses neuroscience. It uses neurology. It uses psychology, and it's everything. It's everything all at once. And there's so much that I want to say to you. And I know this in my bones. I know this in my belly. I know this in my heart. I know this in my soul. And we can work together, and we can change the world. And I want to do that with you. And please get on board today. I need 2,000 people on board today. And the funding for the first £1 million of funding is 50-50 on this. It's one for me, one for you. And I'm spending this on evolving the project, and you can spend it on your art form and your art practice. The first million is going towards low-tech solutions, ideally, but it's unconditional. But anyone that gets some money, I would like to have a touch in with you and just get a pulse, get a sense of where you're at. I'm sorry if I'm waffling a bit. I haven't been on social media for 3.5 years. I did 400 consecutive lives on Instagram. I do not want to be on social media. So let me just explain to you why the money thing, and that this money piece could seem crazy to you in terms of the 50-50 or whatever. Alex Hormozi is a guy who does teaching and training, and he said that he would spend £1 million on launching his book, £1 million on Facebook ads. And I thought that maybe you might appreciate that money more than Facebook. So I would sooner, that's why I need you to do the word of mouth, because I would sooner that you share this with your nearest and dearest, with if you know an artist, if you know a scientist, and I'm going to be partnering up. I want to be partnering up or in alliance with a mass of different companies. And on that list is that I want to be working with Apple. I want to be working with ChatGPT. I want to be working with X. I want to be working with Gemini. I want to be working with Transport for London. And Aldi and Audi and BMW and Mini and all these different car companies, because we can share this message, okay? I will give you more information throughout today and give you some updates, and it could seem incoherent or disconnected, but how I work is in a constellation, and then it creates the Great Bear or Orion's Belt or whatever. But I can read my constellation, And I have got a code that can do that, and AI can read that code too. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, if you would like universal basic income, you'd like more information about that, I will share more information about that. We will be doing prototyping potentially for a year. The prototyping will take as long as the amount of money and the amount of people on board. I will carry on working on this project. This is a 10-year project. And I'll tell you for why it's a 10-year project. 3 things happened in February of 2020. And I thought, when they're doing projections of what would happen with climate change, this is before COVID. And I thought, in 10 years' time, I want to know I've done everything in my power. I thought, well, if I look in a mirror in 10 years, I want to know, I want to be able to look myself in the eye. And I want to know that I've done everything in my power. Because, like, they speak about other pandemics. We didn't know that the whole world could shut down. That had never happened before. And now they're saying that sort of thing could happen again. But what if we actually did something so that it didn't happen again? What if we actually all joined hands like fairy lights? Because we've got light within us. And that light is going out. So this is a pilot. This is a pilot light. This is a start. I'm going to be doing this. And I'd like you to do it with me. If you want to get involved, follow, send this to 10 friends. And if you can, and if you're wanting and willing and able to donate for this whip round, a minimum of £1 and a penny. And then if you want to add more, then please do. The more you see throughout the day, you could see more. I really don't mind if you just want to pop back in and see what's going on. I really don't mind. So I want to build your trust in me, because I am building a trust, an international treasure. You are an international treasure, and you can be an international treasure with AI. And we are going to build an international treasury. Okay. Anyway, I'll be back.